So I like to think of my morning routine as a balance of intuitive living and a really great to-do list, basically. And every morning I tend to rise between 5:30 a.m. and 7 a.m. and the first thing I do is open my blinds and I always make my bed. This is a really good habit that I have developed, so I appreciate it very much so. And then from there I tend to get into feeding my cats straight away because they're usually waiting for me to feed them in the morning. Then I always drink some water because I got myself into the really good habit like 3 or 4 years ago of drinking water every morning, and it makes me feel really good. And from there, I then brush my teeth and get into my skincare routine. My skincare routine is something that I'm really trying to commit to at the moment, and I'm really trying to create the habit of doing, and I tend to be able to do this quite well with habit stacking. Then I move into stretching, which is something that I'm really trying to do for myself every day at the moment to, you know, work through the pains that come from playing a lot of sport, and I really enjoy this me time. And then I also really enjoy tidying my space in the morning. I work from home most of the time, and I find that I am much more productive when I have a clear space. Clear space equals clear mind. So I do this most mornings as well. Another part of my morning routine that I definitely need to mention is my use of this really fabulous, for lack of a better word, app called Fabulous. I actually started using this app about 6 months ago. My friend Bray recommended it to me, and she is just the go-to woman for this kind of thing. Fabulous is actually the #1 self-care app and has 30 million users worldwide. I personally have used a lot of apps similar to this in the past, but have found that they didn't really work for me, whereas Fabulous definitely has been. And I'm also very excited because they have very kindly sponsored this video. So it's 100% personalized and has been making a very positive difference in my life. And I think a lot of this comes down to the fact that it's not a like shamey kind of self-care app, if that makes sense. It really just encourages you to make these small changes, doesn't discourage you if you have missed something one day or haven't completed your routine. It just sends you gentle nudges to like keep you going and keep you on track. And I personally react very well to this. So if you're like me and you react well to this, then this will work very well for you. So Fabulous is an app that's a digital coach, a happiness trainer, and uses insights from behavioral science to develop great habits so that you can live the life you want. They have 2 approaches when it comes to setting goals and creating habits. So the first one is habit tracking. You can pick from more than 100 recommended habits, or you can create your own. And Fabulous helps you build these habits thanks to timely reminders and other features that are backed by the behavioral science principles. They also have dedicated programs. So Fabulous provides behavior change programs that have been designed specifically to help you achieve your well-being goals. You can choose a journey. It immerses you in your own personal adventure for several weeks, and you are guided by Fabulous. At the end of each letter that they send you, you commit to positive action for the week, and your new habits get added to your daily routine. So if you haven't checked out Fabulous and you feel like this is something that would work for you, I highly recommend. I genuinely really love the app so much. I personally use Fabulous Premium, which means you can build upon an unlimited amount of habits in your routines, and as well as that, it gives you access to all of the programs and exercises. If you want to check it out, they've also very kindly offered the first 100 people who click the link in my description box a 25% discount off a Fabulous subscription. Okay, and of course there are a couple of things that I haven't yet mentioned from my morning routine that I definitely need to do because they are very big parts of my morning routine actually. So the first thing is my morning iced cacao, or hot cacao in the winter, but it is autumn here in Australia at the moment, and on the Gold Coast it is still very warm, so I'm still in my iced cacao game. For those of you who don't know, I'm not a coffee drinker. I've never liked the flavor of coffee, so I have just never got around it. But a few years ago I was really craving that kind of like ritual in my morning, and I started making iced cacaos, and it has really changed the game for me because I really enjoy the experience of having like a drink that I enjoy in the morning. I just sit and be present and really just like allow it to be something that I do for myself in the morning before I get into whatever the day is going to bring for me. So yes, this is a really big part of my routine, which you may already know because I have iced cacao so often. And yeah, in the winter, I tend to turn that into a hot cacao. Today, I'm also gonna pair having my iced cacao with going for a little bit of a walk. I'm gonna sit at the beach and enjoy my iced cacao there. So something else that I do most mornings is I go for some form of walk. Sometimes this will be like an 8-kilometer walk where I'm gone for like an hour and a half, and I really like stretch my legs well and yeah, enjoy having like a long walk to start the day. Other days like today, I'm just gonna have a stroll to the beach and sit and enjoy the morning. I like to be very intuitive with this because I feel like my body needs different things on different days, and also sometimes I don't have the time to go for like an hour and a half walk, so instead I just like go for a 20-minute walk, and that is a really nice way to start my day still. It's really something I like to prioritize because I find walking to be very mindful. I also will use it as a time to listen to audiobooks or podcasts, and I find that to be a really nice way to start my day. So I'm gonna go to the beach now, enjoy my morning before we get into what we're getting into today, which today I'm going to share with you what I eat in a day. Really excited because I love filming these videos, and as always I have lots of yummy food to share with you. Okay, so hello, good morning. It's time for us to have breakfast, and breakfast I actually prepared last night and I'm really excited for it. Lately I have been loving oats so much in many different varieties, but I decided to prep some soaked oats last night, and I also put a lot of chia seeds in here, so it's kind of like a chia seed pudding vibe as well. So in here I just put some oats, chia seeds, some flaxmeal, chocolate protein powder, and oat milk, and that's it. I think, yeah, kept it very, very simple today. I definitely could eat this like straight out of this bowl, but I'm gonna be do a hashtag just food blogger thing, and I'm gonna transfer it into another bowl and put lots of toppings and make it look as beautiful as I possibly can. Okay, so on top of my soaked oats, I'm gonna cut up some of this banana that is definitely very ripe. Also going to cut up some blackberries. I love blackberries so much at the moment. I've been eating so many of them. And then I'm also going to drizzle with some of this, which is like literally my favorite thing ever, and I only buy it when it's on special, and it was on special this week. So I'm gonna drizzle some of this on. If I didn't have this on hand, I would usually just do some peanut butter or some almond butter or something like that. And something else that I also sometimes add on top of my oats is some coconut yogurt, or sometimes I even mix it through when I am in like the soaking process. But today I just decided I was gonna keep it nice and simple. And there we have it. That is my delicious chocolate protein soaked oats or something like that I am having for breakfast this morning. It looks so delicious. I'm so excited to dig in, and I will catch up with you when it's time for us to make some lunch. So lately I've been really enjoying just having a wrap or a sandwich for lunch because I find it to be a really quick and easy thing for me to make, whether I'm working or I'm having a leisurely day. And at the moment I am loving using cauliflower and chickpeas in a wrap, which is what I'm going to make for lunch today. I am also equally obsessed with using a harissa spice blend on my cauliflower and chickpeas. I feel like it goes really, really well. It tastes so good, and it's really simple because all I do is put my cauliflower and chickpeas into a bowl, add some olive oil, and add this spice blend, and then I can just roast it in the oven, and it makes for a really yummy and delicious filling. As well as that, you can easily make this in advance if you want to make like a bulk amount of cauliflower and chickpeas or whatever other veggies you may like to enjoy in wraps or in salads throughout the week. So yes, this is my current thing that I am loving and what I'm gonna do for lunch today. So a product that recently came out here in Australia is this Greek style coconut yogurt, and I tried it for the first time yesterday. It is absolutely incredible, so good. You may already know I love coconut yogurt with savory food anyway. Like, I love using a natural coconut yogurt as a sour cream replacement, and this is going to be now my replacement for that natural coconut yogurt. It is so good. It has a really tart flavor, and I'm gonna use it in my wrap today. I'm also probably going to mix in some dill and some chives to give it a little bit of extra flavor. And when I'm making this style wrap, usually I like to use like a souvlaki style bread to make this. Like, that's what I would prefer to use. Lately, I don't know what's going on. I cannot find it in the supermarket anywhere at the moment. I literally have been to the supermarket like 5 times in the past week and I haven't been able to find it. So I'm just gonna use a normal wrap today. Whenever I'm buying just like normal wrap bread, this is personally my favorite one. So I'm just gonna use this, but with this lunch idea, if you happen to be able to find that like souvlaki style bread at the supermarket, I definitely recommend making it with that because it is just delicious. Okay, so here is my wrap that is going to be my lunch today. This only took me 20 minutes to make, but if I had had the chickpeas and cauliflower pre-roasted, it would literally only take like 5 minutes to assemble. So definitely something I recommend for anyone who is time poor. And yes, I'm gonna dig in now. Hopefully it tastes as good as it smells, because it smells really good. Okay, so my dinner inspiration for tonight has come from Instagram because I saw someone post some loaded baked sweet potatoes and I was like, I really want that right now. So that's what I'm gonna do tonight. I'm actually kind of like notoriously bad for baking potatoes. Every time I bake a whole potato, I just don't get it right, but I've done my research for dinner tonight, and my research tells me that I need to wash and scrub the potatoes well, pat them dry, rub them in olive oil, sprinkle some salt, poke some holes in, and bake on a tray with aluminium foil. So I've done all of those things. I'm hoping that it's gonna work because I'm like really excited. I want to make a like Mexican bean mix with some corn and then do some guacamole on top and stuff. Like, I have this really good vision of how I want it to look. So yes, fingers crossed it's all gonna work out. Gonna put my sweet potatoes in the oven now, and then we'll get into the rest of dinner.
Are you about to film?
Yeah, but do you want to come out?
Sorry, I had you go, okay. Me coming in being like, can I help? Everything's done. Guess I'll just eat the dinner.
Okay, so the sweet potatoes are cooking up very well. I have prepped some red onion, corn, and black beans for my bean mix. And I'm gonna use some of this spicy Mexican seasoning by Mingle in this as well. You can always just use individual spices, but I love these spice mixes a lot because it just makes it so easy. So yes, what I'm gonna do now is I'm gonna put my onion and some olive oil over the heat for a couple of minutes. Then I'm gonna add in my beans and my corn as well as some of this seasoning and let it fry off for like 5 minutes. And then we'll get into the rest of dinner. Whilst I'm making dinner, I'm also listening to a podcast. My favorite podcast to listen to is this Survivor podcast because I love Survivor so much, and I'm really enjoying the current season 42. So listening to this podcast, if you're a Survivor fan, then this is something you should definitely listen to. I love it. It's my favorite. And they just basically break down the episodes and interview the cast members and stuff like that. It's just really, really good. So yeah, dinner is really happening and I'm really excited about it. So we have some guacamole. that I just made with some salt, pepper, avocado, and some fresh lime juice. I also made some chipotle mayo just with some chipotle as well as some vegan mayonnaise. I've got my bean and corn mix, which smells absolutely delightful, and I think it's about time we get these sweet potatoes out of the oven. Sweet potatoes are looking very caramelized, so I'm hoping they are nice and soft on the inside. Okay. Oh, I think I've actually done a good job here. Like, I think alrighty, here is my not super aesthetically pleasing but very delicious dinner. I'm so excited to get into this. The sweet potato cooked really well. It's really nice and soft on the inside. And yeah, I drizzled some of the chipotle sauce, topped with some guacamole, and I think it's going to be very delicious, nourishing, and filling. So I'm excited to get into this. And yeah, that's going to bring us to the end of today. So thank you so much for watching. Hope you got some fun meal ideas to try out at home. As always, thanks for being here. I really appreciate it. Hope you have a beautiful day, and I'll see you very soon for another video. Bye!